fire. I'm trying to figure out how to praise this, so I'm not telling a lie. And so I found this. Oh, wow.
You picked a nice apartment.
Apparently so. So this is a coat closet.
And 3 people asking why wasn't it available anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So that's snatched up.
Okay, and then this is the bathroom, and then the bathroom, oh, it's a full tub, okay. As I thought, okay. And then,
The closet, full-size washer dryer.
okay, I'm gonna show this.
Love the windows.
Full-size washer dryer, okay. Gosh, this is my full kitchen. Okay, and then this is, okay, so then this is the main living area here. Okay, and this is the, okay, the view is fine. Okay, and then, so you come in here, here's the kitchen. If I wanted to, I could have like a small island here.
You could, yeah. I know the last person put a kitchenette. Like a little split island.
Okay.
So more counter space.
Okay, and then here is the actual bedroom. Okay. Oh, it's so big. Okay.
Good size.
It's very good. Oh, and this is the walk-in closet that I have been dreaming about. Okay. 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 And okay. Okay. I like it.
No, good.
I like it a lot. And I'm just gonna open this thing along. So full refrigerator, and then the freezer on the bottom, and then all this here. Okay. I see. And then okay. I love it. I think it's great. Okay.
I'm glad you're happy.
I'm very happy. Okay, so to give you guys a scope of what we are dealing with here. So this is my apartment, and I don't think I've ever like gone into detail, but literally this is the apartment. like that's it. Like this is the entire thing, which is why it is such a moment for me to move literally and figuratively. So I've bought these boxes here. There's 6, not boxes, they're bins. There's 6 bins here. My goal this weekend is to fill those bins, and then we're gonna start a little stacking pile here. I'm thinking we're gonna fill with this stuff. I've already started on the second one here. This bag here, I've started of just like things I'm gonna start giving away. And then I have this art, we can come out. I have this art which needs to, I don't think, actually let's step back so I can actually look at it. This art, I'm throwing away the piece on the left because it broke. And then it was a tile piece though, and it's beautiful. And then this piece, I mean, both of these I got from the thrift store. But this one, when I look at it, I'm just like, you know, like I'm like, it's pretty, but it's like not, you know, innovative or original. And obviously, why do I always say that? If you look at some of the artwork that I've made, I have done flowers in vases before. So I could create something, or I could like look for something better. And this I did not create. I literally got to say one of them. This is my dehumidifier, the one that actually works. And then this one over here also works, but this is, okay, so the old dehumidifier is in this box. It works, but it works intermittently. This one will stay on constantly, and I don't use a dehumidifier for the humidity issue. I use it because it's white noise, and I have to have white noise in my apartment. I got this from an old neighbor. They were like, I'm moving. Do you want this? And I was like, sure. And I need it, and I've used it. Once I get the 6 bins done, I've got my suitcase. I'm gonna put my stuff in there, and I'm going to probably get like 2 or 3 large bins, and I will put my clothes and whatnot in there. This is a closet, and that's also a closet. Actually, no, that's not a closet. This is shelves. So this is a closet, and it's just literally got all of my, or it's shelves. I guess it's a closet. Aaron, figure out what a closet is. And then this is my actual like formal formal, if you will, like my actual like clothes closet with a rack and everything. And then across from here, this is my bathroom. And there's no like, okay. I probably need better lighting, and I will probably be mad at that once I see that, but it's fine. I'm looking, I don't know where to look. So I'm using the camera now, so yay for me. Stop being nervous. I mean, full transparency, I talk to myself all day long. Like, I have like dialogue with myself when I feel like talking, and then when I don't feel like talking, I stop talking. And I'm like, you need to be vlogging this. So here I am vlogging it. Getting my hair redone in a couple of weeks, thank God. I think I'm doing braids all 2026 because I am the type of person where if my hair is out, like I hate it. Like I hate looking crazy because I don't take care of it. I don't take care of my hair. And I've been through a whole journey with my hair that I'm even gonna get through here. But my hair is nice and thick and full now, but I don't take care of it. And having to look at it, and because of the fact that I don't take care of it and I don't put a lot of stock in how it looks, I show up looking any type of way. And I get to work, and I will see myself, I'm like, you look a fucking mess. And it makes me mad. And so I'm like, well, at the least, if my hair is in braids, like, I don't have to, like, I can look at myself and I know that I look halfway decent. And yes, I know there's a whole thing about, you know, giving your hair time to breathe and all that stuff. And I will figure that out when I choose to figure that out. But right now I'm thinking I'm just going to do braids regularly for 2026. So, and maybe take time off in between, but right now it's, you know, like braids. Anyway, I gotta like re-dye it and all that stuff because it's gray. So anyway, not me looking, well, it's after work, it's whatever. So yeah, I'm moving and I'm very excited about it. It's a big move, literally and figuratively. Give a little bit of a backstory as to, I mean, it doesn't matter, like, why, I was gonna be like, why my apartment is so small, or rather like, why, this is the first apartment that I looked at. And when I moved here from Arkansas, I moved to California from Arkansas, I want something to drink. So much better. I had it in the freezer and I was worried that it was gonna like go everywhere. You know that feeling when it's just like, I don't know, but she's fine. She's good. Yeah, so I'm moving. So when I moved here, I moved from Arkansas. And when I moved to Arkansas, the job that I was moving for at the time was very adamant about me starting before Memorial Day, which is insane because it was like they hired me. I think I had like 2 weeks to just shut everything down. It was ridiculous. And because I moved there so quickly for the job, I was like, okay, I'm going to get an Airbnb. And the Airbnb that I was in was horrible. And then I ended up going to an extended stay, and that was also horrible. No shade to anyone who lives in those situations. I just did not want to be there. And I ended up, like, it took me time to like find an apartment, but I was displaced for like 3 weeks, and no shade. Everything is no shade. Just let me talk. But no, for real though, like people who are displaced right now, like no shade to them. But I didn't have a home for 3 weeks, and I hated it. Like, you know, obviously you hate it. I didn't have a home for 3 weeks, and it was such a challenge, and so I hated moving to a new place that was going to be my home and not having a home. And so when that job ended and I got my job in California, I was like, not doing that again. I was like, when I move here, like I will have a place, I will be moving to my apartment. Like I will not be moving to, I was like, I'll be moving to an apartment. I won't be moving and just like figuring it out until, you know. So when I came here for the week, like I had a week where I like was trained in the job. I think I got here on like a Saturday, and then I stayed through Friday. And so I was like, okay, I will take Sunday and I will look for apartments plural. And I looked at one apartment singular. And the apartment that I'm in now, I came and looked at it on a Sunday morning. And I liked it. I was like, cool, I'm gonna move forward with it. I looked it up, and also just thinking about how expensive things were in San Francisco and trying to stay within the budget of what I was already paying in Arkansas. In stupid, you know, like the cost of living is so radically different. I was just like, I like this place, and I'm not gonna find anything comparable to this, because I knew that when I don't really think I had any, honestly, I didn't really have anything. I knew that I wanted to move to a newer building, but I also just knew that I wanted to move, period. And I found this place, I applied, it worked out, great, let's move, let's get that going. And then it's hilarious because I looked at this apartment on a Sunday afternoon, or like a Sunday morning. And so any big city, even the biggest cities, on a Sunday morning, the vibe is more chilled because it's Sunday, and the people who are usually appropriating the businesses, right? It's Sunday. And I moved here on a Saturday, and it was night and day. The energy was night and day. I live in the Tenderloin. You can Google what the Tenderloin is like, and you will get an idea of what I'm dealing with. And I want to be clear, I'll say for the 100 millionth time, no shade to the Tenderloin. This is just not the neighborhood for me. But then there are some people, you know, who move to this neighborhood, and they never thought that they would be here. And I love that for them. But this was not the place for me. And it's just not the place for me. And what's crazy to think about is that I knew that I wanted to move, but I really didn't get serious about it until like a month ago. About that, you know how it is when you're like on Zillow. You know how it is when you're on Zillow, and it's just like you kind of like, you know, you prospectively look. And so I was thinking, I was like, where would I even like want to move? Being in the Tenderloin and being in San Francisco, and I will be, you know, frank, I haven't done a lot of exploring. I haven't done as much exploring of the city as I have the opportunity to. It's not enough to make me want to stay, you know, like it's not enough to make me want to stay here, and it's not enough to make me want to relocate to a different neighborhood. I'm good, you know, and like you're gonna get less for your money no matter where you live in San Francisco. That's just how it is. And so I started thinking about different places. I was like, okay, where do I want to live? And I looked at Walnut, and you know, I have to think of a couple of things. I don't have a car, and I knew that no matter where I lived, if I was going to pick up and move, I had to have an in-unit washer dryer. That has been the worst thing to wrap my head around, is not having an in-unit washer dryer. And I got my first taste of an in-unit washer dryer when I lived in Michigan. And one day I'll do a story time of all the places I've lived. But with the apartment that I lived in Michigan, I think it may have had an in-unit washer dryer because I don't remember ever going to the laundromat while I was there. I know for sure that the apartment that I lived in St. Louis had an in-unit washer dryer. And I know that the apartment that I lived in Arkansas had a washer dryer. And to leave that and then come into this, I think in my mind, I was like, oh, I'll handle it. Like, it'll be fine. It is, you talk about a step down. You know, there's the lateral move, and then there's the step down. That was the step down. And that was a lot. That it has been a lot to have to deal with that. Not just, and I'm not even talking like in a bougie way, about like, oh, I don't want to use an in-unit washer dryer. I needed an in-unit washer dryer. And I looked in Walnut Creek because I had a part-time job a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's been like over a year. I had a part-time job in 2024 where I worked in Walnut Creek, and I liked the neighborhood, but I also I never spent any time there beyond just like going to work and then coming back. Going to work and then coming back. But I liked Walnut Creek. I liked the city. And I was like, well, I'll look there. And then it was going to be way farther. It was going to be on the other side, and it was going to be farther away from work. And I didn't really, the neighborhood didn't really feel conducive to living there unless you really did have a car. And I was kind of like, even though in the apartment that was right off the metro didn't have what I was looking for in the price, it just wasn't going to work. And I was just like, okay, no. And so then I was like, well, the one thing that I knew that I wanted to do in this move was ideally get out of San Francisco. And so I started looking at counting like how many train stops it took me to get to work. And I was like, okay, well, I can like keep that in mind as far as like, you know, time and stuff like that. And then also thinking about the fact that, you know, one of the things that I love about this apartment, I think it's one of the things that has kept me here so long, is that I work out every day and the exercise equipment that I use is in like, it's around the corner in the other building. And I'm like, to have a gym that is literally like and you don't have to pay anything else to use it, like, come on. And so I was like, okay, well, if I move to another building, I'm obviously going to have to find a new gym, but I'm going to have to be closer to a gym that has what I need. And that was proving challenging. And you have to think about these things. You know, gyms, and they may not matter to anybody else. And I'm so glad that it doesn't for them, but it does to me. And you have to keep that in mind. Like, I toured an apartment in San Leandro, and I really liked the apartment. And one thing that I saw in the apartment that I didn't even know that I wanted was a walk-in closet. And I was like, oh my God, now I have to have that's something I didn't even know that I wanted. And just like keeping that in the back of my mind. And then when I decided to orient my search to Oakland, which I was just really resistant to, because there's some people, or maybe one person in particular, that I'm trying not to encounter who also lives in Oakland. And then I was like, okay, fine, I'll look. So I started looking around in Oakland, and there was one place that I liked that was across Lake Merritt. But in thinking about having to get to work every day, I was gonna have to walk under a bridge. And I was like, I don't wanna walk under a bridge at night by myself. That's gonna have to be a lot to deal with. And I went and looked at the apartment that I saw. And so I found this apartment. And so I found the apartment that I showed in the beginning of the vlog, and it had the walk-in closet. It has an in-unit washer dryer. It has a coat closet, which I was like, hello. That's another thing where it's like, oh wow, it has a full tub, and it has a full bathroom, like a full tub, sink, you know, toilet, all that stuff. And it's big, and it's just nicer. It's gonna cost ya. It costs me more, but I'm willing to pay that, you know. So it's great. It's really, really great. I'm so excited about it. I'm already thinking about what I want to bring in. You guys saw the tour. I'm thinking at least 3 rugs, like a runner rug in the kitchen, and then a rug in the living room, and a rug in the bedroom. Because I like having rugs. I once lived in an apartment in DC. Didn't realize how nasty I had made the floor until I moved out. And I think like the people asked me, they were like, did you ever, like, what happened here? Like, I didn't realize how much you wear on the floor. And so I was like, I gotta get rugs moving forward. Thinking about how I want to outfit the closet, a walk-in closet. I was watching, because apparently I'm insane, I was watching a closet tour of Kendall Jenner's walk-in closet. And one thing that I liked about her closet is the fact that when it comes to her shoes, she just has them on regular shelves. Like, you know, first I was like, well, I want those. Some people have those shoe containers where you like close it, like you can like close and open the shoe, or at least you just have each shoe in a separate container. And I was like, Kendall Jenner has like Manolos. If she could put her Manolo Blahniks and her really nice shoes on the floor or just on a shelf, I was like, I can do that too. So I think I just want to get some like regular black shelves for the shoes. Gotta buy a bed. I was mentioning like this bed I'm sitting on, it's a Murphy bed, and if you lift it up, you have a couch. And I'm gonna have to buy a couch. I'm gonna have to buy a bed. I'm gonna have to buy a television. It's gonna be a lot, but I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that a lot. So it's gonna be good. Other than that, I think that's it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just really, really, really looking forward to it. The goal that you really do have to do like a little bit each day. I've got about 28, 29 days before I move. I move 4 weeks from today. I move 4 weeks from tomorrow. And I've got Una, and that reminds me, I need to find movers, book a U-Haul, think I need to reserve a time to actually use the freight elevator in the building. I think for that first night, I've already been thinking like, what are the musts that I have? Like, what are the musts? Gotta have a bed, I gotta have shower curtains. So I wanna make sure that I have those the first night. And yeah, and then we should be good to go. And April's my birthday month. Like April is the first full month of spring. Like I am, yeah, so I'm excited. I'm very excited. Oh, you might be asking, like, why am I getting movers? Well, first of all, I'm a single girl moving by myself. I'm gonna get movers. And also I don't lift heavy things. I don't like to, rather. And this is a story time for another day, but you can see this elbow does not bend all the way. That's because there is a screw and a pin inside of it because I broke it back in 2020. So that's a whole other story time for another day. You don't want to, you know, it doesn't really aggravate me. Like it's definitely like a working elbow, but like even, I don't know, you just don't want to do too much to it. You know, if you're being held together by parts, you don't want to aggravate the parts. A lot to do, and I have a lot to think about. Because honestly, I'm not like I will pack, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not for real organized. Like, look at, if it's not clear, I mean, like, look at this bin here. I literally dumped what was in that basket, put it into that bin, and that's probably gonna be it. I might go through it just to see if there's anything in there that I don't want to take, but that's it. You know, we'll figure out when we get there. So, yeah. I don't pack until the morning of in most situations, and I'm usually, because I hate packing, and I'm usually so frantic about it, I'm literally just like, throw it all in, and then I will sort it out when I get there. Maybe I need to look into having some better life practices. But that's where we are, so it's time, we have to get started. That's the other thing, we have to get started. This might be a big reach. I would like for my next move to be a house. I don't know how that will happen, but they say, you know, speak it into existence and, you know, see what happens. I don't know how that will, I don't know how that will happen, but who knows? We'll see. There's going to be a lot of work on my end to make that happen in so many ways, but we'll see. So anyway, we'll see what we see. Okay, guys, I will keep you all posted. Stay tuned for the next one. It won't come like 5 months after the last one, but it'll definitely, you'll get a fresh one sooner than you think. We're getting into this, so it's happening. I'm also thinking about a lighted mirror for that closet. What I'm thinking about for the closet, let's just go through it. I want to put in a lighted mirror. I want mirror. It's hard to say mirror. I want to put in a lighted mirror. I want to take out the current like poles that are in there now, and I want to replace them with one of those pole systems where it's like it's like 12 inches and then like the hanging rack is underneath it. I want one of those, honestly, and this might just be me being crazy, but I would love to have like a little like chair, not a settee, like I'm talking about like a little actual like little small chair. I think of it as not just a walk-in closet. I think of it as a second room, because I mean it has a door. If I were real crazy and sketchy, I could have someone like sleeping in there. I could put like a little mattress down, like hello. It's gonna be nice though. I'm thinking about like the art that I want to put in there and all that stuff, and you know, we'll see. We'll see how long I'm there, and we'll see how this works out, but I have a really good feeling about it. Oh, and this is what I was gonna say. So I was talking about gyms. There is a gym in the building, and I think I'm gonna be able to use I think that the equipment is gonna work. It's gonna work out for me. Things are gonna be good. So anyway, okay, until next time, bye.